Sitting in your car, some rain, some fog.
Don't have to wait long for that.
Yeah, exactly.
A little bit of little trivia, I guess we'll call it, weather data. You know, the first day of October, we average a high temperature of 71.
Okay.
By the end of the month, 58. So it's the biggest month of change downward for temperature in the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, in Portland. We're going to be 58 easily over the weekend.
All right.
So we're moving quickly from 80 yesterday, but look at this live shot. I pulled up the government camp camera because I want to talk about what's going to be going on up at the mountains this weekend. You know, 49 degrees right now up there in October. And that doesn't seem like any big no big deal or a big issue. It's what's coming by the time we get to Sunday night at about this time. There may be some snow on the ground. In fact, I expect we'll see a little bit of snow on the ground even at this location. Government camp's right at 4,000 feet. That's how cold this air mass is that is headed this way, but not until the weekend. Look at this beautiful shot here. The coast has been treated to a really nice afternoon today from Seaside, Astoria down through Newport, Lincoln City. 60 degrees, light winds out there, but the clouds are hanging in the valley right now. 60 degrees in Portland. Humidity 53%, wind west-southwest 3 miles per hour. If you do have plans this evening, though, just bring a jacket with you. I do not expect any rainfall. All right, satellite radar, you see all the clouds right here in the valley, but just a strip right along the coast if you look carefully. That's where the sunshine still is, and even clouds thickening up over the Cascades as well, and that'll continue overnight tonight. As we back it out, big upper level low, just kind of pinwheeling off the coast. That's going to stay there until Saturday and Sunday when it finally makes a move right up over the Pacific Northwest, and it'll be reinforced by another shot of cold and wet weather after that as well. 60, that's all we could manage with all the cloud cover today. 57 Salem, 60 Eugene. Average is 68, so well below average. 50s and 60s along the coast. A lot of 60s and 70s over there on the central and east side. Say we're holding right there around 60, the upper 50s right now in your 4 o'clock hour. Rainfall, none yet, but that's going to pick up quickly once we get to the weekend. Hourly planner, tomorrow morning, out the door, cloudy skies, mostly cloudy skies, just a risk of a shower, and that would be mostly in the afternoon and into the evening hours as well. So we're remaining mostly cloudy tonight. We'll be dry tomorrow through late afternoon. There's a chance some scattered showers coming up over tomorrow night. All right, weather pattern. There's that big upper level low, pushes down off the Canadian coast, kind of sits offshore on Thursday, then makes its move on Saturday. Rainy and cooler weather over the weekend, and then that is a big reinforcement of cold air and a lot of moisture with that as well, and that's going to help to push those snow totals up in the Cascades starting on Sunday. Just isolated chance of a shower tomorrow evening, and then on Friday we get a more consolidated batch of showers, and really it's over the weekend where it's just going to be cold and wet by October standards coming up here in the Pacific Northwest. Futurecast, we'll roll this forward. You see that pinwheeling, that low off the coast? It stays off the coast. The coast stays dry overnight tonight. Clouds increase tomorrow. Chance of a scattered shower perhaps, but it's more so on Friday morning and into Friday afternoon. That's when you get a more consolidated batch of showers moving through the valley, and that'll cool things down and wetting the streets. All right, 7-day forecast. We'll call it a passing shower on Thursday. Tomorrow will be in the mid-60s. We're going to stay in the mid-60s on Friday as well. Saturday and Sunday, that's when it gets colder and even more wet. And it stays that way into early next week before we dry it out.
Yeah, I have a bad feeling for Halloween in terms of based on what it's starting to look like.
I think we're done with the 70s and the 80s.
Yeah,
for sure. All right, Steve, thanks. Coming up.